So, I have added to my speaker collection once again. Okay, you may see it in the hideous cables running along my floor right here.
Okay, is that the wall-mounted speaker, or are we talking something else?
This is
Oh, the
these
rear speakers.
surround
I see them.
speakers. So
Yeah.
you can actually see this also on my counter right here. I have some ghost wire that I'm going to run along my floor under this rug eventually. But I have just been very busy this week, and I could not stand the thought of not like having the speakers running. The ghost wire
Right.
came in late, so I needed the speakers set up. So I set them up with like a long cable just running along the floor, which I hate a little bit. It's really bothering me. But I like them. They're satellite speakers. You can tell just by looking at them. They're much smaller than the wall-mounted ones, which I think is fine for surrounds. I imagine you have like
Satellite speakers don't have to be all that. And yes, to answer what you were going to ask, I do have a couple of satellite speakers, and yes, they are definitely lower quality than the main sound bar.
I just think that's fine.
They're more there for adding like the ambiance.
Yeah, I would say like of my audio journey, which has been about a year now, maybe exactly a year. The most transformative has been these left and right speakers. These huge, like, creating a massive, like, really good sound stage. That was also the most expensive. Then the center speaker, and then the least important, in my opinion, so far has been the surrounds. They're a very cool, like, immersion ad, like,
right,
especially in movies. In games, I find that the 3D audio in games is literally better than movies. Movies tend to just be like a lot of movies say that they're Dolby Atmos, but they're not. They're just a Dolby Atmos format of a 5-speaker setup or a 7-speaker setup. Like they didn't actually do the object-based. To get into the weeds a little bit, Dolby Atmos is object-based sound. So it's not literally information saying what speaker the sound should come out of. It's like positional data, and then your receiver calculates what speakers it should come out of.
Right.
And in video games, obviously that is easier to implement than a surround sound setup. But a lot of movie editing just doesn't really bother with it. They just do their own thing. But I do find some weirdness in games. I've been playing Monster Hunter with it, obviously. And you don't think about this so much with a normal setup, but the sounds come, like the ears for the game are on the camera. And so, like, when you're running around in Monster Hunter, Alma, your handler, you don't really notice this because you can't see it, but she is standing right next to the camera out of view for a lot of the game. And you can see that on your map, I think, but you just don't really notice it. But she'll talk, and it, like, blasts out of the surround speakers because she's so close to the camera, but you don't see her. And that, it really threw me off at first how loud that was. It feels like it's literally correct from a physics, like, an immersion standpoint, but it doesn't really feel right, if that makes sense.
Yeah. For satellite speakers, because I do experience stuff like that, right? When I play video games and characters are talking to me, like from this position, I do hear them coming out of the satellite speaker. Yeah, and that technically is correct and correct for immersion, but they don't sound quite right? Like because the sound quality is noticeably different coming out of the satellite speakers. Like, I do like to rotate the camera so the dialogue is coming out of the center channel.
Yeah. And like cutscenes will do it correctly. Typically, they're mastered such that is what's going to happen. I don't mind it so much. It just it threw me off at first because it was weird. Well, one, it was weird because before I had those, like that sound just like it was ambient sound. It wasn't coming from anywhere really. And now it is positional sound, and it just
that's where they really shine. By the way, the ambient sound, like that's where the satellite speakers really they envelop you in this little bubble of sound.
100%. There are two things that have really impressed me. That one I didn't really expect to, and one is like Monster Hunter. I figured running through the forest would be cool, and that sandstorm in the Windward Plains. Oh my god, like it really envelops you. But the other is like actually being able to hear stuff that you can't see, like the position of the other hunters. I don't know if this is true of all headphones, but these headphones have a pretty small soundstage, and I can't really tell where stuff is behind me with these headphones at all. And with the surround sound speakers, I just can. Like the other hunters fighting a monster off screen, I know exactly where they are, and it's very cool.
Yeah, you definitely can with like really good headphones, right? Like I still think 9 times out of 10, like in terms of like bang for your buck, like headphones are the way to go.
Bang for your
right?
buck. Headphones are. I mean, this
Like
is
you can spend a lot less money to get a lot better sound quality for the equivalent, right? Like you would have to spend a lot more money on sound equipment to match the headphone quality you're getting, probably.
all said and done. This audio setup behind me is more like a lot more than my first car. like,
Gosh,
like it's very, and these headphones were
No, I get that.
like $250. Like, so, and these headphones are very good. So it just kind of, I like it a lot. I think it was it worth it to me? Yeah. But I would say to anybody who like doesn't have it, like you're not missing out that much.
Yeah. To anyone who doesn't have it, a pair of good headphones can go a long way.
Yeah.
So
Especially like there are headphones that support Dolby Atmos now, I guess. Some that even come with it, but others like theoretically I could pay for Dolby Atmos for these headphones. I don't know how that works, and I don't know how it compares to like Windows Sonic for headphones or whatever. I've never compared and contrasted because I'm not like dissatisfied with the gaming experience on these headphones.
Right.
It's quite good. It's just I don't know. I find like when I was playing on this setup, when I first turned it on, I turned around to look behind me, and my brain was like surprised to not still see the game. Like it was that immersive to me.
Okay, yeah. No, sound adds a lot, man.
No, I think it's
a slippery slope, I will say, right? Like,
well, I'm
once
done.
You start spending. Well, you're done.
I have not said that before. I am, and I'm not literally done.
I'm not saying you, but like everyone always says they're done, and then something happens. You know,
I want to
something
get
comes up.
Atmos speakers, like the down, like the height channel. I want to get that eventually, but everything I've seen is like that is the least meaningful upgrade, like of all of them. There's so little information is sent to them. A lot of mixes just don't include them at all. So that is like that is like distant future for me, probably like maybe next year or something like that. And like obviously I want a subwoofer, which is a pretty expensive.
Future is next year, huh? I guess we have different definitions of distant.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's certainly not near future, which would near future would be next month. The reason I bought these is because I got my tax return. Like that's the reason I upgraded.
Okay, yeah.
And so maybe next year tax return is nice, and if I don't want anything else, I might get the height channel. But I'm not excited about it, so I probably won't even do that for a long time.
Well, yeah, I mean, enjoy your current setup. It's always nice to treat yourself. So it's like breathing new life into your entertainment. I have, like anytime you get a new TV, new sound, you always want to play all the games just to see what it's like.
What's really funny is, in a way that like even new PC hardware doesn't do, this was I hesitate to use the word transformational, but it made a big difference in older video games, because we've actually had surround sound mixes in video games for a pretty long time now. And so like I put Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on my Switch 2 and was playing it, and that I was like immediately blown away by the soundscape. Like that was, and that was a 3DS game originally.
Yeah.
So that's I wonder how many. I think like probably PS3 is when surround sound started. I don't think the PS2 did it. But
I think that's right. That sounds right to me.
Anything back that far would be worth like revisiting now. I'd love to play some Uncharted.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh.
Yeah. Kills me. You can't really emulate Uncharted yet, and I would love to play it in 4K.
Well, speaking of Uncharted though, and this is kind of skipping ahead to the actual episode a bit, but James Bond with a nice surround
that's
sound
gonna
setup.
be choice. Resident Evil is what I'm like ready for. That's gonna be I'm gonna need somebody to hold my hand. It's gonna be scary.
Oh yeah. Hey, and welcome back to Game Talk. I'm your host, Emmett Beyond. Today I'm joined by Connor.
Hey.
And only Connor. Michael is busy this weekend. And we are recording on a Friday, by the way, which is very unusual for us, but this is the best time we could find to record this week. And we have a lot to talk about, right? So we just had the Sony State of Play yesterday, and I think this was their strongest State of Play in literal years.
I think it's maybe their strongest ever.
Maybe, yeah. I've been
It
very
was
down
very good.
on
And
Sony's
not
state
even,
of plays recently.
not
And
even
this was
necessarily from
exceptional.
a content perspective, but like the pacing I thought was excellent. The like developers yapping to gameplay ratio was maybe even I could have had a little more yapping. Like my tolerance would have allowed it, but
Yeah.
they
And
lose me on that sometimes.
and they went for a good like
Is that over
hour
an
and
hour?
10, hour and
Yeah.
15 minutes.
It
Like
was
it was a
shockingly
meaty
long.
show. It's shockingly long, but I never felt bored.
No
right?
filler.
Like there were obviously a couple games that I didn't vibe with, but I
Right.
think the pacing, like you said, was really, really good. So we're gonna start by talking about Sony's show because that's the most recent, but we'll also touch on Xbox and Nintendo as well because they recently had showcases as well. So here we are in late winter, right? We've got all three first parties showing games, and I think 2026 looking quite promising already.
Yeah.
By looking at some of these games. So without further ado, let's get into the state of play. And I guess we can start wherever we want, really. Because I don't think we want to cover everything, just cover the things that spoke to us. But I want to start at the beginning because the first game they showed did speak to me, and that was a sequel to Kena Bridge of Spirits. Kena Scars of Cosmora, kind of an awkward name.
So I didn't know you
but-
played Kena Bridge of Spirits. I don't remember you talking
Yeah,
about
and
it.
I talked about it on the show.
Okay.
It was a while ago, right? So
Yeah.
it's easy to forget. But this was I really enjoyed Kena Bridge of Spirits. It had a really nice look to it, and it was fun to play, and it had that charming kind of like Pikmin light aesthetic to it with the little like black fuzzies that you collected over the game and solved puzzles with. I forget what they were
Interesting.
called because it's been
Yeah.
a long time since I played Kena. But I had a lot of fun playing it, and it was a very, very early PS5 game. Very early, right? Like one of the first, I believe. And I didn't think that it would get a sequel, right? Like it seemed like kind of those one and done, one off kind of games, but I'm very happy to see Ember Labs coming back with a Kena sequel, this time published by Sony, right? So Sony must have been quite pleased with the first game, how it performed on PlayStation. So they're helping out with the sequel here.
I was excited for this because this is coming out PS5 and PC day and date.
Yes,
but
it
you
is.
pointed out that this is not a first-party title per se, so that is not necessarily a vibe shift. It is just
It is not a first party title, but like
published
even
by them is
this,
still interesting,
right?
Yeah,
like
it's-
games published by PlayStation first party, but not necessarily developed by first party, are starting to see day and date PC releases.
and this
So
is not a
that's-
live service either.
That's
Like,
something.
they
No, this
they
is
had-
a single player game. And it looks good, right? Like
It does look good.
I really like the art style in these games. It looks gorgeous. It almost looks like a Pixar movie, right? Like the way they've got this animation. And I think we discussed it back when the original Kena came out that like there were people working on that game who were like animators.
Oh,
for,
really?
like, those
From
kinds
Pixar,
of movies.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for this, and I think it'll look great on my PS5 Pro.
Yeah. Do you know if the original's on PC? Do you remember?
It probably is by now. I don't know for sure, but originally it was only PS5. I'm sure
Okay.
it's come to PC by now.
Yeah, surely they're not releasing a sequel on PC and not the original. But
Right.
I may have to take a look at that.
All right. So that was Kena, and I thought that was a very strong start to the show. They also announced, well, rather than announced, let's just go through some of the stuff they showed, right? They showed
007.
Resident Evil. Okay, we can go there if you want.
007 First
they-
Light.
They showed like a very, very Uncharted-esque trailer
Yeah,
for
like
007.
An
And
action
that is-
montage. Yeah.
I'm 100% sure that's the vibe they were going for. You
Yeah.
do not show a trailer like that on a PlayStation showcase without evoking Uncharted imagery. That was a very Uncharted coded trailer. And
Even-
it really made me miss Uncharted. It
Even
really
like
did.
some of the outfits that Bond was wearing in it were making me think Nathan Drake a little bit.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he gave off Nathan Drake vibes. And it's interesting because like we've seen this game shown a couple times now, right? And one of the previous times they showed it, it was like an extended gameplay look, right? Where
Yeah.
they showed off some of the kind of the Hitman inspired gameplay, which I'm
Yeah.
very
Which I hope
appreciative
there-
of.
I want there to be a lot of that. My dream
Yes.
is that it's like 80-20, like 80%
I
Hitman,
agree,
20% Uncharted, because that Uncharted stuff is so expensive to make.
Well, and so hard to do right.
And
right?
not
Like,
replayable
they will
at
be,
all.
They will be very heavily scrutinized and compared to Naughty Dog. And
Right.
I don't think that comparison will do them any favors.
No, it will not be flattering. Like, even if they do a good job, it will not be a flattering comparison, probably.
But I will say, like, the Uncharted action set piece stuff they showed in this trailer, it looked like an Uncharted game to me. So I'm really excited about this game. It's quickly becoming one of my most anticipated 2026 games. Like, the gameplay of Hitman married with the cinematic set pieces of Uncharted, it sounds like a dream come true.
It's a really good mix, because I think Uncharted's weakest point is its shooting, for sure.
Yes, yeah.
Well, puzzles weren't great either. No, yeah, puzzles are probably Uncharted's weakest point, but the shooting was not like anything to write home about.
I will say, by Uncharted 4, I think the shooting was
pretty good,
very, very good.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I've seen better in third-person games, but it was very good.
But it's not what you're on board for. Whereas, like, with this, if it actually has, like, Hitman-ish gameplay, it really could be, like, just a masterful mix of those two things.
Yes.
Because they are like, the best. I mean, nobody else is really doing it, but they are the best at the Hitman-style gameplay.
They are. I mean, they clearly, because they invented it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every time they show 007, looks more and more intriguing to me, so excited for that. What else of note? So, I mentioned Resident Evil, right? This was a very extended and spoilery, I think, look at Resident Evil 9.
I got that vibe too, which I'm grateful that I actually don't really remember much of it, and I think that's due to me not having any familiarity with the franchise. But I did get the vibe that it was telling me things that would be better. And Capcom's bad about that in general. Like, we knew every single monster that was going to be in Wilds before it came out, and I wish they wouldn't do that. Like,
no, and like, look, I honestly couldn't care less about the larger Resident Evil story. There are people out there who care very much about that, and more power to them. I'm sure this trailer was not what they wanted to see from a spoiler perspective. But even me, who's like very kind of casual with the Resident Evil story, I was like, I can't believe they showed me the police station from Resident Evil 2 in Raccoon City.
That's a huge spoiler.
Yeah, that's what it ended on. Right?
I did not
Leon
clock
going back to the
that makes sense,
to the police station. I was just like, that would have been a great surprise.
Well, it's probably early
now
game.
that I've ruined that for you too.
I bet that's like opening of what's his name, Resident Evil 4 man. That's probably the opening of his campaign Kennedy. Or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, but Resident Evil Requiem 9, whatever we're calling it, looks
soon,
fantastic.
Right? That's like March.
Yeah, it's in less than 2 weeks, dude.
That's
less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be playing that for sure.
Yeah, I'm there day one, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna day one that one. Capcom is just they're getting to the point that like any release of theirs that I'm even a little bit interested in is a day one buy for me. Which, performance aside, they're nailing it. I guess.
Right.
You know, Dragon's Dogma and Monster Hunter both had serious performance issues.
I mean, in terms of like a AAA developer, I cannot think of one right now that is more consistently high quality than Capcom.
I agree.
So
even Pragmata, which doesn't like, I think I'm going to play the demo.
So I guess we can talk about
that. We can talk Pragmata. I forgot it even got shown because that's getting shown everywhere.
They've shown it so many times at this point, right? Like I'm just like, and look, I do appreciate that Capcom it's something new, right? It's a new IP. It's a new kind of idea for Capcom. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing I've seen from it so far really screams I need to play this. I'm going to certainly wait, I think, and see.
Well, there's a demo.
What the impressions are.
There's a free demo that I think I might check out just because Capcom has been nailing it so much. And the impressions I've seen of the demo are very positive. But it does just like sci-fi man and little girl.
Sci-fi The Last of Us, maybe?
Yeah.
Kind of gives off that vibe.
I don't know so much that... I guess it does a little bit, but in The Last of Us, Ellie is very dependent on Joel, and this is sort of the opposite. He is very dependent on this AI little girl's powers, I think. I don't know. It's a little bit like... AI little girl that doesn't understand the world trope is like something I've seen kind of done to death in anime, and I just I don't know about it. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm curious for impressions on this one. Like if it comes out and people are hailing it as a masterpiece, I'm like, okay, very good, Capcom. But
visually, I'm not enthralled either. Like there are like a few sci-fi visual styles that do not hit for me, and his spacesuit is one of them. I think it's kind of ugly.
Yeah,
So,
visually I was not like, it wasn't too much of a look. It looks fine, right? But it
yeah,
doesn't like stun me or anything.
yeah.
So I'm kind of wait and see on that. None of their showings really far have convinced me that I need to play this game, but
No.
you never know until you actually have the game released.
It is also, at least on PC, it's $60. It's not 70,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
which is
a
interesting. Yeah.
welcome in this day and age.
That $10 makes a huge, I don't know about you, but that makes a huge difference to me. Like,
Yeah.
because like I've said before, $60 is $50, $70 is $100. And that is really just what my brain does when I see it.
Yeah, and these companies are definitely trying to normalize it, and I don't really think it is working.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see if that
Nah, we might,
holds up.
what's his name? The reporter you really like.
Jason
Bloomberg.
Schreier.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Schreier.
saw his
We
recent
might have
article.
to do an episode about that at some point. I haven't read the
Yeah.
article yet, but I do agree with the headline.
Yeah. So, a lot of games in this showcase were known quantities, but they had really good showings, right? Which I do think makes them worth talking about.
Yeah.
But let's talk about something that was totally new that caught my eye. Project Windless, right? And when
Yeah,
something
the
starts with
chicken.
a project,
Yeah.
you know it's kind of far out. And my eyes were kind of glazed over for this initially until it revealed the protagonist was a giant chicken. And that just gave it this edge of goofiness that I was like, okay, I'm kind of into this.
Is it a Chicken Little thing? Like they called him the Little King or Little Prince or something?
Oh, is it really? I missed that.
They called him the Little something, and my brain immediately
Did they
went,
say it was like based off a novel or something?
yeah, they
Didn't
did. They
say
said it
that
was
too?
based on something. I
Very
was like, is
strange.
are they lies of peeing us with Chicken Little here? Like,
I don't know, but it's like God of War, but you're a chicken.
yeah, it's
Right.
inspired by the Korean novel series The Bird That Drinks Tears. So it is not
Oh, okay. It's
Um,
Korean. Okay.
it is not Chicken Little.
But I don't know, man. Like this chicken who's like armed to the teeth with all these like mystical melee weapons,
Yeah.
mowing down swaths of enemies. It was just a very, I don't know. It was a funny image, and like the game, kind of, I don't know. It seemed interesting.
It looked good.
Like you don't really
yeah.
see anything like that.
I want to
So-
talk about something that,
an
unless
eye
you have
on
more
it.
to say, I want to talk about something that did not look good. To
Okay.
me. For Loop. What are they doing with this game?
Yeah, no, this did not. This was probably the weakest showing, I think, out of everything.
Well,
at this show.
It was the weakest showing I watched. When I saw the Game Freak game Beast of Reincarnation come on screen, I actually got up to get food. But For Loop does look quite.
I mean, to me, Four Loop looks worse than Beast of Reincarnation.
For Loop looks.
frankly.
It looks
Yeah.
extremely bland, and it also like. It looked like it was performing really bad, and it had no excuse to be
Yeah,
performing
it
really
had
bad.
like an unstable frame rate, and that's what they chose. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, if you're gonna show your game, run it on like a freaking supercomputer.
Yeah,
and
twin
just
5090s,
smooth it out for
yeah.
the show. Yeah, showcase.
Because
Like, I get there's something about being honest about. Okay, this is what it runs like right
Yeah.
now, but you're not gonna sell your game that way.
007 had the same. I mean, not nearly this bad, but it had a pretty bad issue in its last showing.
It did, yeah.
It was looking pretty bad. But For Loop, it doesn't have an interesting looking gameplay to me. It to me it reeks of. I mean, it's not a hero shooter, I guess, but it looks like a Gotham Knights or like a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Like this is another pathetic attempt at a. And from an executive perspective, I'm sure the developers are executing
Yeah.
to the best of their ability. But this looks like a pathetic attempt at a live service game that is just going to be dead in 6 months.
I agree. Yeah. So, and we just had one of those.
Yep.
With High Guard.
Well,
So
the servers are still up at least.
yeah,
You can still play High
But-
Guard.
they fired like most of the team.
Yeah, like 80%. Yeah.
So they're just gonna keep it alive. I don't think there's any new stuff coming for it. I don't know. But anyway, that's a different discussion. Now, kind of pulling us back in the other way,
Yeah.
something that impressed the pants off of me.
Yeah.
Control Resonant.
Yes, I
My goodness.
was not sold on this game from the last showing, and I think you were pretty hot on it.
I was in. Yeah.
I was not super hot on it, but I saw this and I immediately like it looks like Prototype, and I'm like so on board. I love
It's like,
Prototype.
it looks like Prototype had a baby with Gravity Rush. Do you remember
yeah,
Gravity Rush?
I remember. I never played it, but
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. And that was just like, and they talked about that gravity shift mechanic like it was a minor thing, like just a
Dude,
little.
that's what like
yeah.
blew my mind the most, right? Like the fact that you can change your orientation of gravity, like based off what surface you're on, and the game just seamlessly like transitions to accommodate that. That's so cool to me.
Also, performance was good on this one, and I was a little worried about that after Control and Alan Wake, they ran fine, but they weren't big open worlds, I was a little nervous about Remedy's ability to execute on that. But no, this looks, because I think
it's crazy to me
running on a PS5 Pro, maybe a base PS5.
Maybe, but like it's just so crazy to me that the gameplay is just completely different from Control 1. Like radically different. That's such a bold thing to do. And it looks good. The only criticism I have is that the sound kind of sounded weak. I don't know if it was just how they shot it or if they're still working on that bit of the game. But like I noticed like because this is a heavy melee combat focused game, right?
I didn't notice that.
The impacts seemed weak and like the sound effects didn't seem quite there. But that's something easily I could see being worked on, right? So I'm not too concerned about that. The gravity stuff, man, it just looked so sick. So I cannot wait. Another 2026 game, right? Like 2026 is shaping up to be an incredible year already.
Yeah.
And we're just in February.
What were your thoughts on Brigandine Abyss?
Brigandine Abyss.
It is the one that looks like Fire Emblem.
Oh,
nothing.
Whatever.
Okay, I was curious because to me it just looked like Fire Emblem, and I was like, Ahmed likes those.
I like Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
not things like Fire Emblem.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that anymore then. Oh, Crimson Moon. This one, I don't know if I'm like super basic for this, but
wait, what was Crimson Moon again?
Crimson Moon, it was like the guy in the red hood with a sword and shield. It is Welcome to a Gothic World full of angels, demons, and ancient gods.
Was that the
action
the
adventure
co-op
RPG.
looking one?
Yeah, I think so. You'll battle alone or join forces with a friend. I
thought that looked decent, honestly.
Yeah,
it didn't look amazing.
I mean,
if I could have fun with this.
If they put this out at $70, it's dead to me. If they put this out at $40,
40?
Yeah,
40.
this is like probably a cop for me. It's like especially if I have a friend who picks it up.
It looks like a fun co-op game.
Oh, it does say just PS5 in the description, so I don't know if I will be playing it. But
no, I don't. If there was an exclusive, they would have made a bigger deal about it.
I think so too. But I thought it looked fun, and it was surprising. It felt like a throwback. Like I felt like we got a couple games a year that looked like this in like 2012 or something, and we don't anymore.
Yeah.
So,
and I do like that. It does seem like co-op games. Not that they're necessarily back, but they're more prevalent than they have been for the past decade or so. So I'm very happy about that. A couple other things I want to shout out. Small things. One, Death Stranding 2 coming to PC.
Huge, yeah.
That's great to see, right? Like, and also,
we knew it was coming,
Death Stranding 2 came out last year, right? So we're getting like a kind of year turnaround for a PS5 exclusive onto PC. That's great to see.
Yeah.
And then Ghost of Yotei Legends, right? So Ghost of Tsushima Legends, hugely popular multiplayer mode. I never actually played it, but I had a bunch of friends who would play it nonstop and could not stop singing its praises. So it's really cool to see that coming back for Yotei. And it'll probably be a free update because the Legends update was free for Tsushima as well. So cool to see that. And this time I'll probably will check it out because I think the gameplay in Yotei is even better than Tsushima.
Yeah.
So very cool to see that. Huge announcement for me. They're making a freaking John Wick game, dude.
Yeah.
Starring Keanu Reeves was confirmed,
yeah.
by the way, later. He's just doing all the mocap, I don't know about the mocap, but he's doing the voice. For John Wick.
I'm nervous about it because
it takes place before the movies, by the way.
They showed no game. That makes the most sense. They showed no gameplay.
They showed a little bit of gameplay at the end.
They showed in-engine footage. Yeah. Calling it gameplay is very generous because it was literally like takedown animations.
I hope it's only because it's early, right? Because like a John Wick game done right could be so much fun, dude.
I just don't even know the gun fu style of John Wick. Like the only thing I can think of that even feels
I feel like it's hard to pull off.
Yeah, like I can think of games that feel close to it, but they're like Devil May Cry. Like
so. The game I was thinking of, do you remember Sifu?
I thought of Sifu, yeah, but I think Sifu...
If Sifu is like halfway there.
Yeah, but if you just put a gun in Sifu, it's not fun anymore.
But that's why I said it's like halfway there.
Yeah.
They need to take elements from Sifu and then figure out the gun bits, and I think you have something really compelling there.
I agree.
But I don't envy that. I don't envy them.
No.
I think it's very hard to figure out this combat for this game.
Yeah.
But if they nail it, it's going to be...
It could be really cool. You know there's a John Wick game out now, right?
Oh, is there really?
It's called John Wick
Is it any good?
Hex. It's by Bithell Games. It's a turn-based tactical game, so kind of up to you. But that was their approach. Was a more, it's like you play it as a slow turn-based game, and then once you finish the level, you can watch it all happen at once, like you've choreographed your own John Wick scene.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea, but I think it was kind of niche. Not everybody is willing to, like, nobody goes to a John Wick movie to watch a methodically planned out thing.
I just will say, like, even if this game is bad, I'm probably getting it. I'm a huge John Wick fan. Like, it's one of my guilty pleasures. I freaking love those movies. I've seen all 4 of them so many times. And especially because Keanu Reeves is in it playing John Wick. That's like a huge deal to me. So I'm super excited for it. And my quality, like my judgment will be a little less harsh on it, even if the quality isn't there, because it's just something I really love.
Yeah. Speaking of something we really love.
Well, I was going to wait for The Batch.
Okay, The Batch.
Because I think that warrants...
We'll put it off a minute. You want to talk about Marathon instead?
Yeah, sure. We can go there.
I didn't think it looked bad. I think this is like their best showing so far.
I think it's been improving, right?
Yeah.
Like, initially, they did the playtest. People hated it, right? They went away for a while. They delayed the game. They worked on it. They're having more PlayStation playtests now, and the impressions seem to be more positive. And the look of the game, in my opinion, is improving, right? Like, I actually dig the... Because I think Bungie does this so well, the sci-fi vibes, right? Like Halo, Destiny, and now Marathon. They've nailed that. That was never in question. But the kind of like spooky sci-fi setting juxtaposed with like the cyberpunk color pop that they're going for, I think is an interesting aesthetic. And I haven't really seen something like that before.
I think it is interesting, and I think the scenery is good. I hate the look of the weapons so far. I think they're hideous.
Yeah, and that's the other thing for me, right? Like... Destiny, obviously Halo had something for me. Destiny had something for me. But this is an extraction shooter, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can like the look of it as much as I want, right? Like, if it plays like an extraction shooter and I'm not into that, then
I made a joke about this in the Discord, but I kind of mean it. What's going to make or break this game is not the shooting, it's the menuing. Like, that is, because that's like 50% of your time in an extraction shooter is menu time, and I would say, like...
Well, historically, I think Bungie's pretty good at UIs. If you look at the Destiny UIs and the Halo.
But an extraction shooter UI is just far more... it's far more time spent.
Dude,
like, it's just
to this day,
more.
I've still not played an extraction shooter, so I don't really know what I'm talking about.
My only experience is Arc Raiders, but you spend a lot of time looking at that menu, and it is not it's not the fun part of the game, It's...
Yeah.
You have to do it because you have to craft your guns. You have to whatever. But anything they could do to reduce friction on that is innovative, that isn't in the other games already, would be a huge advantage for them. Because even Arc Raiders, like that's one of the more exciting things on their development roadmap is more quality of life stuff in their UI.
Yeah. Yeah. So Marathon, I don't know. Like I keep waffling on this game. I'm like, it looks interesting to me, but the gameplay might not appeal to me, but I do like Bungie's output, and I like the aesthetic of the game. It's like, a tale of two.
I do also
tastes.
wonder how many people there are that want to play an extraction shooter, and how many of them are already happy with Arc Raiders and are not going to convert. Because Arc Raiders is...
I think that's a very real problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after the bad word of mouth around Marathon that, like, has improved, but...
Which, I will say, to Bungie's credit, bad word of mouth, especially for games like this, is so hard to improve.
Very.
And they're somehow doing it, right? They're turning it around. But is that enough for this game to be a success? I don't know. I guess we'll know
see
soon, right?
Yeah,
this game comes out soon.
Yeah, February 26th, I think they're doing a server slam.
A lot of games are coming out imminently.
And I will try it, because I think that's free, the server slam, so...
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I might check that out too then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I want to quickly mention Saros again. Every time they show this game, it looks absolutely sick. And they showed something this time, which I am very, very happy to see. Because they mentioned in previous showings that, like, oh, you die, you become stronger, right? Like, it has this kind of roguelike thing going for it that Returnal didn't really have, right? Returnal was, like, yes, you improved throughout runs, but it was still hard.
Yeah,
it was a very hard game.
Returnal was more you got better... items in the pool of items you could get, I think.
Yes. And plus you just got better at the game the more you played it.
And that is like a proper roguelike to me.
Yes, and I was worried, right? Like Returnal, it sold well, but it didn't light the world on fire sales wise, right?
Right.
And I was thinking that maybe they're kind of dumbing down the experience. Maybe not dumbing down, maybe that's the wrong, but like sanding off the edges of the experience to make it more palatable to more people.
Right.
And I do think that maybe is what they're doing, but I was very pleased to see that there is a modifier system in this game where you can like turn off like boons and bonuses you get to make that experience, to tailor that experience more to like a hardcore experience like Returnal was. So that to me, as a huge fan of Returnal, love to see that.
Yeah,
right.
I'm excited for this game. It's like a sleeper game of the year contender.
Yeah, I mean, I think Returnal was a game of the year contender.
I do too.
When it came out as well. And if this is Returnal but improved after the lessons learned from Returnal, this could easily be a game of the year.
I still need to finish Returnal. I hope the story is half as good as Returnal. Returnal's story was like
oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah, it was so good, and it was told in such a good way too.
Yeah.
Where it was like tied to the actual loops of you going through the game.
Yeah. And it kind of snuck up on you. Like you couldn't look for the story. It just, you would get lucky and come across the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Very dark. Oh gosh, I need to revisit Returnal as well.
Me too. I need to finish it.
I did finish it, but I had it in my mind at one point that I was going to platinum it, and that never happened. I got close, I think. But yeah, Saros looking good as always. It comes out this spring, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah, soon.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Rayman?
Yeah, Rayman. So this is one of those things. I'm glad they're doing it. It is a nice acknowledgement of Rayman's existence that we haven't gotten in a long time. It was a pretty comprehensive collection of old Rayman games. I think they're even including like some stuff about a SNES port that never came out of the original Rayman.
Yeah,
it's a cool collection. I don't really like the old Rayman games. Like 2 and 3, like Rayman 1 I don't like. It's a really, really hard platformer. And I'm not a huge fan of it. So this is probably not for me, but well,
it did seem like this was a love letter to people who love Rayman, right?
Yeah.
Which I do consider you in that group, but maybe it's only like the more modern.
It's the more
Rayman.
Modern stuff that I like. But this is like a sign of life, which is better than we've gotten in a really, really long time.
Will you buy this game to support Rayman?
No.
Right? You won't? Okay.
I just don't like remasters. Like,
I get you, but what I'm saying is that do you think the health of this game might portend one way or another for Rayman's future?
Man, voting with your dollar with Ubisoft is like, you might as well throw it in a fire pit. Like, that company's going to be gone in 5 years anyway. Like, there's I don't think that's worth my while to do.
Okay, fair.
It's also just, I don't do the vote with your dollar thing really with games a whole lot. I just buy it if I want to play it, and I don't want to play this. So
that's fair.
It's cool that they're doing it, and I hope it sells okay. But no, I literally don't want to play Rayman 1. And now if this included like Rayman Legends and stuff, maybe I would pick it up. But I don't even think it includes Rayman 2 or 3.
You know what this reminded me of? It reminded me of like Sonic Mega Collection or something like that. The equivalent of something like that.
Yeah, but it's just Rayman 1.
But they're coming. Is it just Rayman? I thought it was a couple games and like some bonus features.
Multiple versions of the original, 120 additional levels pulled from bonus level packs, and a faithfully reimagined soundtrack, and like some enhanced gameplay features. But like, no Rayman 2, which has been re-released on everything. No Rayman 3, which is stuck on the GameCube, has never been re-released. Nah.
It is kind of a weird pick, right? I guess they wanted to do something for Rayman's 30th anniversary, but they could have
done something good. They could have made a new game. They could have given me Rayman Legends 2, and it would have been the best platformer ever made. Like,
maybe one day.
Yeah, they've got the sauce, and they're just not doing it.
So, I think the last game I want to discuss before we move on to the next big discussion is Mina the Hollower.
Yeah,
what do you think? Like, this is an interesting game. Yacht Club, right? Who did Shovel Knight, which is one of the most famous indie
Yeah,
games of all time at this point.
I love Shovel Knight. It's one of my favorite
Shovel
games.
Knight's fantastic. But like weirdly enough, right? Shovel Knight came out over a decade ago?
Very long time ago, and they've re-released it 1,000,000 times.
And that's basically all they've made, right?
No.
They've made Shovel Knight like expansions and whatnot, but they haven't
not
made
expansions. They made
games.
Shovel Knight Dig, which is a roguelike that I quite like. It's kind of like Downwell, but you play as Shovel Knight. They made Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, which is a mobile game.
Okay, but this is kind of enhancing my point where they've only been working on Shovel Knight for the past decade, and now they're coming out with Mina the Hollower.
Well, Mina the Hollower was announced a
say.
very long time ago. But yeah, it looks okay. It doesn't. It's more of a Zelda, like
right.
Shovel Knight was Mega Man, more or less.
Shovel Knight, like it. I will say this game is not popping out to me the same way Shovel Knight did.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same sauce, and it makes me feel a little tense. I have seen that like Yacht Club Games is in dire straits financially. Like if Mina the Hollower fails to meet expectations, they're done. I've seen a few times.
That's scary.
That's a little scary, and it's also a little like how? Like after the massive, like it wasn't a Hollow Knight level success.
That's kind of what I was hinting
like,
on though. Like
they should have enough money to live forever.
Dude, I think Shovel Knight was a massive success, but they didn't. They just kind of. I'm just gonna say it. I think they rested on their laurels a bit with Shovel Knight, right? Like Shovel Knight was a massive success, but was it enough of a success to fund them for a decade plus where they did nothing but Shovel Knight stuff? I don't know about that.
There have been rumors of like a Shovel Knight 64, a 3D Shovel Knight game.
I'd be into that.
Those have been floating around for years now. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the Hollower, like I've seen a lot of it, and it's like Shovel Knight was NES. Mina the Hollower is like Game Boy Color, kind of, and it's like a Zelda kind of thing. I don't know. The art.
I hope it's good.
The art does nothing for me. Like I'm looking at the logo right now, and it looks like every other indie slop game on Steam. Like it just does not look good to me.
Yeah. Okay. So let's actually finish with the PlayStation side of things before we move on to Big K. I don't know why.
Big K. Yeah.
Keeping
no spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about Santa Monica, right? So that was kind of their big bang to close off the show.
Yeah.
Which, if it had been Cory Barlog's due game, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's God of War or not, we don't know. But Cory Barlog is working on a game and has been since God of War 2018 at Sony Santa Monica. So you must think that this game is very ready to be shown. It was not shown, which is whatever, right? Kind of dampened my spirits a little bit. But what they did announce was a God of War original trilogy remake, which is in very, very early stages of production. So it's probably, 4+ years out. But this is very exciting to me as someone who's played all 3 original games, loved all 3 original games, and I'm very curious to see what direction they take this, right? Like, when they say remake, are they going to, like, God of War 2018-ify God of Wars 1 through 3? Is that what they mean?
See, that doesn't sound good to me.
I think if they do it right, it could be good. Or are they going to put, like, a Blue Point-esque fresh coat of paint, like, Demon Souls style?
See, that doesn't sound good to me either. I would literally, like, this would be a more exciting announcement to me if it was just a straight up port, like, of the original games. I am so anti remaster at this point. I've seen so many.
Well, what about remake?
Yeah, I know. Like if it's the God of War 2018 style remake.
They did say remake and not remaster. That language is very specific, right? So they're not just up-resing and improving textures. They're doing ground up. Like when someone says remake to me, that means ground up. They're building it again.
And I did like the Oblivion one, but like, I don't know. Remake remaster is just such a nebulous like sphere. I don't know. And it's not like I have any love for the originals. I haven't played them, but
right. But as someone who has, I will say, like
I would like to, for what it's worth. I love that style. Like I love Devil May Cry, and it's right there.
It's right along with Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Like obviously Devil May Cry is like better combat, but it's up there, right? It's very, very good.
I mean, sorry. It's Devil May Cry is the best, so like being a little worse than that is really good.
Right. But at the time, like all three of these games were tactical showpieces.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, and 3 when they came out, right? Like, so my hope is that they really lean into that, right? Like make this a modern showpiece game. And whatever you have to do that, right? Like the set pieces should be bonkers, right? Like especially 3, right? I've said this before on the show, but the opening to 3 is still probably the most bonkers set piece in set piece history. Like it's just insanity. And imagining that on modern hardware, I'm salivating, man. Like I know Sony Santa Monica will do it right because I mean, look at their pedigree.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious what direction they're going to take it, right? Like, and I feel like they could take it several directions.
Yeah, I get that. I am just, I would rather them make a new game, I guess. Like,
well, we know they're doing that too.
Yeah, we know they're making
Cory
it,
Barlog, where are you? Yeah.
But the other thing that they showed,
God of War: Sons of Sparta.
Interesting.
And a 2D Metroidvania game developed by
Megacat Studios.
Megacat.
From right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And it is out now. They shadow dropped it, which is kind of crazy.
It did not appeal to me at all. Like I just don't like the look of it.
Yeah, the art style, I think it takes some getting used to. I'll
did you
put
play
it that way, right? I bought it and played it. I don't have enough thoughts to talk about it yet. I only played it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And yes, the art style is not the best, I will say. Like, it takes some getting used to. But from what I've seen so far, this is no like quick one and done job game. This is a pretty meaty Metroidvania.
Okay.
So I mean that's at least the impression I'm getting.
Yeah.
And that's the other exciting thing about a game drop like this. No one knows.
No one knows.
Right? Like no one's reviewed it. No one has any idea what this game really is. I'm sure people do now because people have probably been playing it for 20 hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my impression was that this was like a pretty high effort Metroidvania, right? Like it's just I think the look of it is holding it back because like everything from I think the combat has a decent amount of depth, right? You've got your dodges, you've got your blocking, your parrying, you've got like different weapons, the Metroidvania thing of like getting things that can then unlock different parts of the map, all that's there, right? So it seems like a full-fledged Metroidvania God of War, which is cool, but yes, I agree with you, it's kind of hard to look at.
Yeah.
I will say though, the background environments are decent, right? It's the characters that are kind of like.
What's weird is Megacat. I don't know if this is their first original work, but I've always I've looked at them before because they're right here, and I was like, oh, do I want to work there?
Yeah.
And everything I saw, like it seemed like they were more of a contracting studio.
I mean that checks out then, right? Like because obviously. When they showed this game, both Sony Santa Monica and Megacat came up on screen, so you know Sony Santa Monica has like heavy involvement with this game. It is their IP after all. But it's cool that they're like, I mean, you could make an argument to say like God of War is the face of PlayStation, right? Like across PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. Sorry, PS2.
Okay.
Right, like God of War 1, right?
Yeah.
So since PS2 onwards, God of War has had a major presence on every Sony console.
Yeah.
And for them to trust another studio with that, I think means a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So
I'm
it's a big
excited
deal
to hear
for
your
them to be
thoughts on
making
it.
this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably have thoughts next episode.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't see myself unless you really sell me on it. I don't see myself picking this one up.
Yeah.
But.
And like, look, man, I played it for like about 20, 30 minutes. I enjoy what I played. It's no Hollow Knight Silksong, right? It's not going to be the best Metroidvania ever made, but
you know, I
think it has the potential to be quite good, right? What's that?
A game we'll talk about here in a moment.
Shoot, yeah. Well, okay, so that was the big closer, right? Sony Santa Monica's update.
Which horrible closer.
There were a couple other games. Yeah, they could have
flattened
something better.
But what should have been the big closer.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, there's a couple other things like Beast of Reincarnation and other games that I don't think we're too interested in, so we're not gonna highlight.
Marvel Tokon looked really good.
Marvel Tokon stays looking amazing, but I'm just not a fighting game person, right? Like, I wish I was, right? Like, I just don't want to expend the time and effort that would get to enjoy that game. So I'll enjoy it by looking at it from afar.
Yeah.
But okay, so the big surprise here, Konami's comeback here. Konami, and to be fair, I feel like they've been kind of on a comeback with their Silent Hill games, Silent Hill F, Silent Hill
And
2
Metal Gear
remake, like
Solid
all these
Delta.
games. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta, right? Like
Yeah.
solid entries from Konami, who has effectively been dead for God knows how long.
10 years at least.
But they
yeah.
showed up in a huge way at this PlayStation State of Play.
They kind of eased us into it because they opened us up with Metal Gear Solid Master Collection 2, which is just
Volume 2.
2 more remasters. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that for a second. So Metal Gear Solid 4, it's been trapped on the PS3 this whole time, right? And now it has been liberated with this collection. And as we all know, me and Mike both love Metal Gear Solid 4 to pieces. So I'm very happy to see this.
It is also a game that I think could use the remaster treatment. I don't know that you'll agree with this, but I think that game is hideous. It is almost entirely due to the time that it came out.
It's not aged well. I remember when I played it, I thought it looked amazing, right? But
it's got that
over
horrible,
the years,
washed out brown look.
Right, that's how all games looked back then, right?
Yeah. And so like if they fix that and nothing else, fix that and get it off the PS3, this will be worth the price of admission, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know because if they fix that, that's kind of flying in the face of the original artistic vision for the game, right?
And usually I hate that, but in this particular instance, somebody has to do it. Like it needs fixed. It is so ugly.
But I'm really excited for this, and Peace Walker as well, which I never played, but I always hear is one of the best Metal Gear games.
It's a PSP game, right?
Yes,
yeah,
PSP. And now it's on this collection. So I think Volume 1 and Volume 2, excellent buys, right? Like if you haven't played Metal Gear or you're a Metal Gear fan and want to revisit it, like this is 2 collections that I think are endless hours of fun, Kojima fun.
Endless hours of cutscenes, if nothing else.
Cutscenes, yeah, for sure. But like, I think, and stay with me on this, I think Konami is being pretty smart with how they're handling Metal Gear. Because I think another company, after ousting Kojima, would have been like, okay, we're making Metal Gear Solid 6.
Well, they did make,
and it would have been an unmitigated disaster.
Well, they did.
Right? They made
Survive, and
they
it
made
wasn't
Survive, right?
disaster.
Which was just, I mean, it was whatever, right?
Yeah.
That was probably them testing the waters to see how it would go.
And it went really bad.
But they have not touched any new Metal Gear since, and I think that is a very smart move because Metal Gear Solid is nothing without Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is it. Hopefully greed doesn't take over and they're like, okay, let's try our hand again at another Metal Gear game.
Do not agree that there is no one else on Earth that can make a Metal Gear Solid game.
They could make it, but like it would be missing something that makes it Metal Gear, I think.
It would be different. Because in a very similar note.
The Kojima quirkiness is a huge part of Metal Gear.
Yeah, and it would be better off without it. I agree.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
No, it would be nothing without it. It would just not be a game.
Yeah.
But no, I just don't agree that he monopolizes that. I think there are certainly other people. Because, like, Yoko Taro, I feel like could do it. The Nier guy. Like...
Yeah. I think they just need to be smart, right? If they do it, they need to hand it off to someone who can do it, which it looks like they're being smart about that. Look at some of their other announcements, right?
Yes. The very next announcement, and I saw that this was Castlevania, and I just like...
You didn't believe it.
I shot back in my seat. No, I believed it. I was like praying. I was like, please not a remaster. Please not a remaster. Please not a remaster. And my prayers were answered. We have Castlevania Belmont's Curse coming.
A new Castlevania game after all this time.
Made by Motion Twin of all developers. Or Twin Motion?
Motion Twin.
Motion Twin. Okay.
Evil Empire.
Dead
Motion
Cells.
Twin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead Cells. Dude, I think Dead Cells is a remarkable game. And for those developers to be hands-on with the new Castlevania game, I think it's astounding. And I think that's an inspired pick for Konami to pick these people to
I agree. And they did the Return to Castlevania DLC that I feel like was kind of testing the waters. I do want to say I'm not in love at a glance. It could grow on me. I am not in love with the look of this game. The art style.
Yeah, it didn't have that kind of like dark grittiness that I
Yeah,
associate
it's
with
very
Castlevania's art.
smooth. Like it looks a lot like Dead Cells, which I think is a pretty game, but it looks more like the Castlevania anime than the Castlevania games, I think.
Which, to be fair, I think
People like the anime.
the Castlevania anime can't be ignored now. It has to be a part of Castlevania's identity going forward.
I
because of how
agree.
successful
It's
it is.
just
Yeah.
their color choice a little bit. It's a little bright. It's a little smooth. Like I want some harder edges. I want
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I'm
Yeah.
not I'm gonna buy this game. This is a day one buy for me, like beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm watching the trailer again right now just to kind of put my thoughts together. And it seems to be a Metroidvania, which is not my preferred. I actually prefer the classic Vanias, but not many people are making those these days. Iga has his Curse of the Moon games, and those are fun enough. And honestly, that is what I'm worried about, though. You were worried about
Metal
Gear Solid
Kojima.
without Kojima. I am worried about Castlevania without Igarashi a little bit, because Igarashi...
That's fair.
On the other side, Igarashi has his new franchise, his Bloodstained, and
but they don't live up to the highs of Castlevania's peak.
I don't know if that's true. People really, really like Ritual of the Night, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and I really like Curse of the Moon. The problem is the art style, and also like Castlevania has the sauce, like Simon Belmont, the Belmont clan, like there is a sauce to that the Bloodstained games do not have. That family legacy, that franchise legacy, unfortunately. Yeah. And also like your villain being Count Dracula, like that alone is like it's got motion in a way that the weird crystal guys in Bloodstained do not have. So
I agree, yeah.
We'll see. I mean I have faith. I have faith in Motion Twin's ability to make this game good. At least it's gonna play great. I don't think we have anything to worry about how it plays. It's just how it weaves into the world of Castlevania, and also the Castlevania plotline is kind of a mess right now. So we'll see.
I mean, do people play Castlevania games for the plot?
A little. Certainly the later ones.
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Konami wasn't done yet, right? So let's talk about a smaller announcement they had. Very humorous. Darwin's Paradox.
Yeah.
Tactical octopus action.
Yeah, I think that looks fun. I'm not going to get it, but I think
it's like an octopus stealth game.
It's like a DLC for an octopus stealth game, isn't it?
I think so. I wasn't really sure. But like yes. And it was inspired obviously by Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Solid. So I just thought it was a cute.
It was very stylish. I thought it looked great.
Yeah. It looked very funny.
Yeah. I probably won't be playing it, but it looked great.
Yeah. And then another huge bombshell announcement from Konami was a new Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
Silent Hill Townfall.
Terrible name, I'll say. But maybe good. Maybe a good game. Could be.
Is this the first Silent Hill that's like not... Well, okay, I'm revealing my ignorance about Silent Hill.
I haven't played them either, man. I'm not going to know the answer.
Do they all take place in different towns or whatever? I think they do. Because this did not look like the same like setting as Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill F.
I'm pretty sure Silent Hill 1 and 2 take place in the same town.
Yeah.
Of Silent Hill.
Well, anyways, right.
I'm pretty sure Silent Hill is like the name of the place.
As a fan of horror games, I'm like, this is obviously a franchise I need to play. Yeah. Right? Like
I've started it even.
Waiting for my opportunity to jump in, right? I have so many great games to play. Silent Hill 2 remake, Silent Hill F, and now this Silent Hill Townfall game.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it as someone who's never played a Silent Hill game, just because like I know these games will speak to me. I'm a huge horror game fan, and this is one of the staples of horror video games in general.
Yeah. I will probably play the original. I'll probably emulate the original Silent Hill.
Silent Hill 2?
Yeah. Probably the original
Both
2.
of them?
I like
2 is the famous one.
Yeah, the remaster looked good, don't get me wrong, but you know me. I like
Yeah.
I especially like there are so many games trying to do the Silent Hill style these days. Why would you make a game that's not in that style? Like, you know, that seems like a very silly. Although I'm sure they made $1 billion off of it or something. But
right, they did. I feel like, but so I think that's mostly what Konami had to show. But they spoke with a lot of good intention at this show, saying they were effectively saying we're back and we have a lot more to show now, which is very exciting. They even said after the show, there was a little post that's saying that this is the first of several new projects for Castlevania that we have planned.
Which I would love to see a modern re-release of Symphony of the Night. There is no legitimate way to play Symphony of the Night on PC right now or on console other than PS4. Symphony of the Night has been trapped on the PS4 for a long time now. I would love to see a re-release of that. Obviously, I've emulated it, but that is one of those, like, I emulated a lot of old Castlevania games, but when they released those collections, I threw my money at it because I just love that franchise. And I wanted them legitimately. I just had no way to play them.
A 3D Castlevania Souls-like that takes from Bloodborne.
Imagine you're cooking with that, because I was actually pitching this to my cousin. My cousin was complaining that there's no modern Castlevania, and like, why are there no games inspired by the classic Vania games? And they're just called Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 are very, very 3D Castlevania. Like, even down to like,
and especially Bloodborne, dude.
Yeah,
like the entire opening, like third of Bloodborne, where you're in that Victorian city.
Yeah,
heavy Castlevania vibes.
Yeah, 100%. And even like the map winding back on itself is very Castlevania. You know, I don't know if it was literally inspired by it. I don't know if there's been any interviews about that, but I do think you don't get to Dark Souls without Castlevania.
Yeah.
So
that's very exciting. I'm just shocked, quite frankly, because for the longest time, it seemed like Konami was kind of on their way out in terms of like. We've even talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
we've even talked about it on the show. Like, it would make sense for Konami to start selling their IP or like trading their IP or whatever, right? Because they were just not interested.
I think I even said let someone else make a Castlevania game, and they did.
Right, because like Konami is such an interesting company, because like they're sitting on a treasure trove of IP,
excellent IP,
some of the best IP in the industry, and they were just not doing anything with them for the longest time. But now we're getting. One could argue we're almost getting too much Silent Hill now, after not getting any for like 20 years, right?
Yeah.
So like we're getting Silent Hill after Silent Hill. Castlevania's back in a big way with multiple new Castlevania games confirmed. Metal Gear Solid has been completely re-released, the entire series, including the portable games. I think if you're a fan of Konami's historic IP, you're eating right now.
Yeah.
There's so much good happening with Konami. And like I said, like, they did not sell their IP, but they're very smartly picking people, aligning with developers that can execute on a new vision for a lot of their IP. And I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I don't know what spurred this change, right? Like, for the longest time, it seemed like they were totally content with just like gacha games and like leaning heavily into that.
Yeah.
But they're back in a big way. And I'm excited to see how these new games turn out. A lot of... this was all 26, right?
I think
the
so.
Metal Gear Solid Collection is 26, Castlevania is 26, and then Silent Hill is 26.
A lot of this show was 26, which was nice.
Yeah, which I love to see that. Yeah.
I do not love a long wait. I think I have one more thing I want to talk about that actually wasn't shown.
Sure.
So there were strong rumors that Capcom was going to show Devil May Cry 6 at this showcase.
Oh, what? That would have been crazy.
And the thing is, as far as we know, Devil May Cry 6 does not exist. It has never been talked about. Devil May Cry 5 came out in 2019, and its lead developer, I believe, left Capcom. So, or maybe he's maybe he moved on to a different franchise. Anyway, it is believed among fans, there was a leak that Devil May Cry 6 was going to be shown, but it is believed among fans that Devil May Cry 6 has not been started yet. And that
would be insane if that's true.
Devil May Cry 5, partially because of the anime, for much of last year, I don't believe it was literally their best-selling game because that'd be crazy. Monster Hunter Wilds came out and sold 11 million copies. But Devil May Cry 5 in most months of last year was their top-selling game. It was moving a lot of copies last year. And it is... Have you played Devil May Cry 5?
I have not. I know I need to.
It is one of those games that, like, I wanted to play it, and I actually went back and I played 3, 4... Or I played 1, 3, 4, and 5. And all of them are really good. But Devil May Cry 5 is, like... It's one of those games that is, like... It is the mastery of genre. It is so incredibly good. It is so good that they could change nothing and just release more levels. Like, no new gameplay mechanics. And I would stand in line to pay $70 for that. It's...
Yeah.
I want it... But they would have to do the story. I actually, like... It's not the story per se, but it's the character writing and action of Devil May Cry 5. It's like, I don't even want to call it a Marvel movie because it's like a tier below that, but it's like a really goofy action movie sort of thing, but with like so much heart, if that makes sense. Like it's played so straight. Everyone in the story cares about what's going on. It actually like takes itself more seriously than like a Marvel movie does. All of the characters are very cocky, but also taking the situation very seriously. It's kind of hard to describe, but I really, really like it. Well, they're both taking it very seriously and doing some goofy things, but like when the situation demands that they get serious, I highly recommend you play it. It's a short game, and it is.
I know.
It's one that like
I will certainly play it one day. Yeah,
it is a tough genre because like I beat it and I immediately turned around and started New Game Plus because you feel like you've only barely figured out how to play the game when the credits roll because there is so much depth. Like if you think Monster Hunter has depth to combat, good God,
right?
Like these games, I think it's probably the best 3D action combat ever done, and it's not particularly close. It's so good. It's so good that like a lot of games, you see what happens in the cutscenes, and you're like, "Man, I wish I could do that." And Devil May Cry 5, it feels like you can. You feel cooler than the cutscenes when you are in that flow state. And I wanted that in Bayonetta 3 really bad, and I did not get it. Bayonetta 3 did not deliver because for a minute there, they were trading blows. Like Bayonetta 2 was better than Devil May Cry 4, and then Devil May Cry 5 was better than Bayonetta 2, and then Bayonetta 3 was not as good as Bayonetta 1. So,
well, I choose to believe.
Yeah.
I feel like it's imminent. I trust Capcom. So.
I hope so. I hope they're working on it. But I was a little let down not seeing that there.
So yeah, so that's the Konami piece to the state of play, which was, again, just incredible surprise.
Yeah.
But do you have any final thoughts on the state of play before we move on?
Just a great show. I remember I sat down and I was like, am I really about to watch an hour of commercials for a console I don't own? And I felt great about it. I was happy I did it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like most of those games were also coming out everywhere,
a lot of them, yeah.
Right? Yeah. The only exception being like Saros, I think, and maybe a couple others, but
yeah.
Yeah, very strong showing, very promising for 2026. So, well done there. So we can be quick about this because obviously the state of play was more meaty than what Nintendo and Xbox had to show. But,
right.
So Nintendo had a partner direct, right? So they didn't show any first-party games. It was all third-party stuff. But like I think our predictions for the Switch 2 and the relationship to the third party are holding true because boy oh boy,
it's everything.
Lot of modern AAA games are coming to Switch 2. We've got Indiana Jones, which
yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's like
that running on Switch hardware game. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Fallout 4.
I'll be watching the digital
Oblivion
video
remastered.
Yeah,
Resident
Oblivion remastered
Requiem.
is kind of crazy too.
Yeah, so I think developers are optimizing their games heavily because they want to be on Switch 2.
Yeah,
I think that's
which is good for
happening.
everyone.
That's good for everyone. Yeah. Resident Evil Requiem coming to Switch 2. Pragmata. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
The one I want to shout out, Orbitals. This game looked really good. This is a and I'm happy it's getting made. I know I haven't played It Takes Two or Split Fiction yet, but Orbitals is like a different developer trying to throw their hat in that ring, and I think it looks so good. Like literally aesthetically, I think it looks so good. It looks like a 90s anime, 80s, 90s anime. I think it looks great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Digimon Story Stranger. I keep telling myself I want to play this game, because I hear the Digimon Story games are really good JRPGs.
Yeah. My cousin
so
loves it. He
the fact that it's coming to Switch too, I feel like that's a pretty good place to play it.
Yeah, my cousin Alec was telling me about it. He said he really was in love with that game. I think he played it on his Steam Deck.
Yeah, very good things. Valheim's coming to Switch too. Monster Hunter Stories 3, you probably have something to say about that, right?
Yeah, I played the demo. I liked it. It's one of those things I really want to like Monster Hunter Stories, but playing it right after Dragon Quest 7 demo, like,
Not as good.
it's not as good. Certainly not in the intro. It doesn't have that brilliant music. It doesn't have the I think the monster designs are really good, but the Monster Hunter problem is that like the early monsters are not that great. And so the early Monster Hunter Stories games are a little, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be buying that one. Jury's out.
Yeah. This was one of the biggest things for me. Hollow Knight Nintendo Switch 2 edition, because I own Hollow Knight on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And I actually, after beating Silksong, I revisited it on Switch, and I was just like, man, it'd be so nice if this was 120 FPS.
Yep.
Like Silksong.
Now it is.
And now it is.
It also,
so that's really exciting.
They proved that you can actually, Nintendo, maybe write this down, you can release a Nintendo Switch 2 edition for free when it's just a resolution and frame rate boost. You don't actually have to charge $5 for that.
And one interesting thing I noticed, and because I installed that update, right?
Yeah.
It does a cool thing of like upgrading your Switch 1 edition.
Yeah.
So like it just becomes a Switch 2 edition. You don't have to do any like install management or anything like you do on the PS5.
Yeah.
On the PS5, you download the PS5 version, then you go and delete the PS4 version. So I just thought that was a really slick kind of UX kind of thing Nintendo has. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I really want to highlight here. I just highlighted the games that really jumped out to me, but I more so wanted to highlight the fact that the third-party support is really strong for Nintendo Switch 2 in a way it has not been for Nintendo in a long, long time.
Yeah, I think I don't think, I was talking about this in the Discord, Electric Maestro, I think is his name. I was talking about this with him. We will probably see Call of Duty on Switch 2.
Oh yeah,
soon.
I think it's imminent.
Yeah. Probably not this year, but maybe next year.
Yeah. And plus, remember, that was part of the, like, what came out of the Activision deal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Microsoft promised they were going to put Call of Duty on the next generation Nintendo hardware.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that was a guarantee they made.
Okay. So maybe this year.
To help stymie concerns about, like, the monopoly or whatever.
There's one thing I kind of, expected is a strong word. There have been compelling leaks and rumors, even Digital Foundry covered it, of a Nintendo Switch 2 version of Monster Hunter Wilds. That would be something to see. If you'd asked me 2 months ago, I would have told you it's impossible, but after their most recent performance patch, I actually do believe it will happen. So I was a little surprised not to see that here. I don't know when they're going to announce that. We're coming up on the 1 year anniversary.
Switch 2 being such a popular console, I think is doing wonders for everyone, right? Because like you're telling me Indiana Jones is going to run on this thing.
I mean, Indiana Jones ran great everywhere it was released, to be fair.
Right, but like what I'm saying is that the optimizations needed to get these big games running on Switch 2, I think that's going to uplift everyone. So that's great to see.
I agree.
All right, any other thoughts about the Nintendo Developer Direct?
Nope.
Partner Direct, I should say.
Yeah.
Now
I wish it was a Nintendo Direct because we still really don't know what they're cooking.
Yeah, I feel like we're due, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe in a month or so.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they've got to have something big to show for 26, other than Pokopia.
Yeah.
So Microsoft, Xbox Developer Direct 2026. What I did appreciate about this was that it was focused.
Yes.
Right? It only showed a few games, and it was kind of a deep look at a few games. And I think we can start with Forza Horizon 6.
It's in Japan, right?
Yes.
Kind of cool.
Which is cool.
Not going to play it.
I'm not a Forza guy. I will say, like I've said before in the show, the intro to Forza Horizon 5
is peak.
Incredible.
Made me wish the game was anything like that.
If Forza Horizon 6 was all of that,
yeah.
If it's just that,
If it was Uncharted,
I would probably pick it up.
Uncarded.
Uncharted, yeah. Uncharted, but with cars,
Yeah.
with like really nice cars. I'm into that.
Yeah.
But like it's cool to see, and like this game is going to be one of the best selling games of the year easily, right? Like Forza Horizon 5 sold an obscene amount of copies. It sold an obscene amount of copies when it came to PlayStation, and now Forza Horizon 6 will probably be cross-platform, coming out everywhere. So, this game is going to do gangbusters, but just not my cup of tea exactly.
Yeah.
But like the fact that I even enjoyed the Forza Horizon 5 opening is crazy, right? Like I'm usually not into these games at all. Like it shows that there is a world where if they nail it, they could get me, right? Where if it's fun enough to play, or like if the gameplay speaks to me, I shouldn't say fun enough to play because obviously it is fun.
It was fun to play. I actually played a good bit of Forza Horizon 5. It was one of those games that was like good enough because it was on Game Pass. I played it, but I'm not dropping 70 bones for it,
Yeah. But yeah, good for them. That's a huge first-party game coming out this year. Beast of Reincarnation. So Game Freak making something other than Pokemon, which is interesting.
I mean, they've done it a few times.
They don't do that often.
It's never been good.
But this is like a they're trying to go for like a modern AAA look. Right? And I don't know if they'll nail it.
The thing that's upsetting is like seeing this, it's like, oh, they could always do that. Like they were always capable. Like they could make a game that looks like this. They could make a game with voice acting. Why?
Yeah.
In their franchise that people like, do they not do that? Why is it
right? Like they're throwing more budget at this, I feel like, than any of their.
They're throwing more budget at one trailer for this than they.
Yeah.
I think there was I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm showing myself here, but I think someone said there was a Pokemon commercial.
There was, yes.
That commercial's budget is almost certainly higher than Scarlet and Violet's was.
The fact that they paid for a commercial at the Super Bowl, like that's an obscene amount of money.
Yeah,
obscene. Yeah, millions and millions of dollars. Yeah,
yeah, and it's like, make a good game, please, please. I want to buy a good Pokemon game. I'm on my hands and knees begging.
So I know you're saying that, but you did enjoy Scarlet and Violet, right?
I would have enjoyed it a lot more if it was good. Like if it was performant and look aesthetically pleasing to look at.
To not be a total hater here, I think that's where I'm focusing my energy. Like focus on the visual fidelity of Pokemon, because I know that can be severely improved, right?
Yeah.
I think Scarlet and Violet was fun.
I do too.
I thought Legends ZA was fun, right? Like if the gameplay doesn't evolve that drastically, fine.
Yes.
But you need to put some serious muscle behind the visual presentation of Pokemon.
Because my memories of Pokemon,
that stuff can run at 60 FPS. That stuff can have insane graphical fidelity if you choose to invest in those things, and you just simply don't.
I remember as a kid feeling like I lived in Hoenn, and Hoenn is still probably the most aesthetically pleasing Pokemon region. Like there's arguments for Black and White. There's arguments for Diamond and Pearl, I guess. But Hoenn, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, like that is Pokemon to me. That was very aesthetically pleasing, and nothing in 3D has felt good to look at yet. And I can't even name. I think Motostoke was the main hub town, and other than that, I couldn't name a single town in
I
Scarlet and Violet.
I mean, I heavily agree with you that moving to 3D, something visually was lost.
Yeah.
Like something very important, like a lot of visual charm was lost.
Because I mean, Pokemon used to be cozy, and none of the new games evoke that outside of maybe a handful of very, very small areas.
So I'm interested to see like Game Freak doing something other than Pokemon. Obviously, that's like, that's crazy, right? Like, I don't think this game really spoke to me, but I'm curious to see how it does when it comes out, what people think of it.
Yeah.
So game number 3, another Double Fine Productions game called Kiln.
This did not speak to me. I love Double Fine. I love Psychonauts, especially. This did nothing for me.
Pottery Brawler.
Yeah.
Very, very very unique, kind of quirky.
Interestingly, it came out of a game jam, they said, right? Like, was it a game jam? No. They had like an idea thing. I think it was a game jam. I don't see it
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
IGN's description here. I think they do a thing where they make a different game for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
every year.
They really like this idea.
Yeah, and I guess that a few of their games have come out of that, and this is one of them. And I get that vibe from it. It looks like a Game Jam game, like in a good way. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like obviously the production value is there. It's Double Fine,
but it doesn't look like something I want to buy at all.
Yeah,
which is too bad.
I mean, it's a different idea, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, who's this really for, right? Like,
yeah.
I feel like people who enjoy party games aren't really into spending half of that time crafting your pottery to then play the party game with. I don't know.
I kind of agree.
It's just a little weird. Yeah.
It also, like, when I do a party game, I want to go to a friend's house and hand them a controller. And I don't want to sit there and watch them make their pot for 30 minutes.
Make their pot, yeah.
Like it's the reason Mario Kart works so... Like, it's the reason I don't like kart customization in Mario Kart. I think from a single-player perspective, it's great, and online, it's great. But Mario Kart is a split-screen game, and I don't want to sit there for 30 minutes while my friends compare the stats of the karts and pick the right wheels and pick the right glider.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fun for me.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one. But, like, you know, Double Fine's a weird studio, so it's very in line with them. I just hope this, you know, isn't a bomb for them. And then finally, the big guns here, Fable. Finally, like I remember we talked in an episode earlier this year. It was like, "Where is Fable?" Where's Fable?
Where's
Literally,
Fable?
like a few days after
canceled.
After I recorded that, before the episode even came out,
yeah,
they had the showcase and showed Fable.
And it's autumn 2026.
My goodness, yeah, it's this year again, 2026.
Coming to everything, coming to PS5
mighty
on
strong.
launch.
Yeah, coming to PS5 on launch, and my goodness, it looks so good. And I love that they confirmed a lot of Fableisms, like the fact that you can purchase every building in the game, right? And basically own
and you can like romance every NPC, I think.
Every character. It's such a Fable thing, right? And I love that they kept that even in this modern interpretation of Fable.
The thing I saw one thing that I didn't like in this trailer. Most overwhelmingly stuff that I liked. One thing. And I think it's interesting that they're doing it, but it is a certain diversion from the old Fable games. And as someone who didn't get to play those, I'm a little sad. Morality is gray in this game. It is not you are a good guy or you are a bad guy. And the reason I don't like that is like I remember watching my friend Brock play Fable 3, and he had like devil horns and stuff because he made so many.
Right, because like in the original Fable games, like it was like a meter, right?
Yeah.
Like the more bad stuff you did, the further down it went.
Yeah, and I think that is very funny and interesting. Just in like the cosmetic sense that your character could have a halo or devil horns or whatever. I don't actually know what it was, but that's how I remember it. And you obviously can't do that if every character has a different idea of what you're doing. I think from a gameplay perspective, this is far more interesting. But I don't know. I wish I just had a way to play Fable 3 on PC or something, so that I could experience the old style.
Yeah.
But this is almost certainly a day one buy for me. I don't even know if I need to see reviews. I'm pretty sold that
even Fable, right? Like, sorry to cut you off. I was just gonna say like, the Fable games aren't like the best games ever made.
No, even at a 6 out of 10,
right? Like,
this looks really interesting to me.
It's just fun.
Yeah,
they're just fun games. So, and plus, this has got like an insane level of polish on it. Just by
it better. I mean, it's been in development for 30 years.
Yeah. But man, I'm excited for this game. This is the first. Is this the first Xbox game of this generation that I'm genuinely like hyper excited for?
Hyper excited, probably. It's not their first good. I mean, Indiana Jones was quite good. Did you play it?
No.
It's worth playing.
Yeah.
I think it was quite good. There was one other. I feel like
Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts. That was last gen. That was PS4, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
I feel.
Well, it might have been cross gen.
It was 2020. I know that.
Yeah.
I did really like Psychonauts 2 was hype. That was a great game.
But I wasn't, I wasn't looking forward to it because I played it after you played it and really liked it, right? So
Oblivion, maybe? I mean, it was shadow dropped, but it's also a remake.
No, this is it, dude. Like, I feel like...
And it's a little...
They said they had a lot riding on them for Starfield, but I feel like...
Oh, yeah. You were...
I feel like with Fable,
you know,
like, and this time I get the sense they're actually going to deliver.
I do too.
Like, I do think Fable is going to be spectacular.
Yeah.
So...
Game of the Year contender, even.
Yeah. What'll win Game of the Year? Fable, Saros, or Pocopia?
Yeah.
Or GTA 6. I don't know. But yeah, dude, I can't wait for Fable, and it's coming out in the fall, like right around GTA 6, which is definitely kind of a bold statement.
Hey, I'll have something to play.
If GTA 6 doesn't get delayed, but
Yeah.
yeah, very very
It
hyped
is
for
funny that
Fable.
we've said Game of the Year contender so many times when GTA 6 is coming out this year. I mean, it's
Right,
not.
yeah.
I can say without a doubt
But
GTA
like I
6
said, dude,
will not be
the
the
last
Game of the
two
Year for Game
the
Talk.
last two Rockstar games did not win over overall
Right?
Game of the
Yeah.
Year.
It makes me
So,
so happy that Red Dead 2 lost to God of War 2018 because that is actually like that's just
God of War
correct.
2018 was.
Yeah.
I know you disagree. I think they're both excellent games, but I do think God of War 2018 is the better game.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Xbox?
I hope this one lands. I really
yeah.
hope they nail it.
20th time's the charm.
Yeah.
You know. No, I think I'm not an Xbox fanboy, so I can say this without sounding desperate or whatever. I really do think this is it. I think they will nail it with Fable.
I mean, I get
So,
that impression.
If I'm wrong though,
the trailers look
that'd be
good.
wild.
Everything looks good. It looks like a world that I want to like. I hope it comes out on a Saturday so I can just
oh my
kick
gosh,
my feet up and
what a weekend.
explore it. Yeah.
All right, so that's PlayStation, that's Nintendo, and that's Xbox here in early 2026, late winter. We've got some exciting things coming for everyone. But moving on now, what have you been playing, Connor?
I'm going to talk about Monster Hunter, so you might want to go first so people can turn the episode off.
Go. Okay.
Oh, do you?
Oh, sorry. Go first. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said. I actually have not been playing anything. I have been very busy not playing video games. It's just one of those periods. Although there are many games I do want to play that I want to make time for, and I probably will play this weekend. I'm very free this weekend, so I'm gonna play the new God of War game. I'm gonna play Neo 3. Very much looking forward to both of those games, but I have not had a chance to sink my teeth into them yet. But yeah, Connor, go ahead.
I have been obviously my entire setup is built for Monster Hunter, so I got the new surround speakers. I've been playing Monster Hunter Wilds. I played a little bit of Rise and a little bit of Generations Ultimate as well, but I'm going to talk about Wilds. Just again, I've been doing fashion hunting now, which is like you unlock in high rank layered armor. You can have your armor aesthetically not tied to your stats. So I've been putting together,
right?
Huh?
Is that the term? Glamour?
Yeah, sure.
Is it? Yeah.
It's but I've been putting together like cosplays. Like I did a Samus Aran outfit that uses a gun lance, and that was an excuse to put together a gun lance build, which is not a weapon I really know how to play. And I've been really enjoying like these in-game hunts with the gun lance. Most people that do a Samus, they like to use like the heavy bow gun or something. But I think the gun lance is a more interesting arm cannon analog. So that was fun.
Yeah.
I put together a Virgil from Devil May Cry for a longsword, and it's a nice excuse to to hunt a bunch of monsters that I don't normally hunt, and also like put together builds for weapons I don't necessarily use.
Right, because you say you're not a longsword guy, right?
No,
So
I've
this
never
is
used the
your-
longsword before, so I am learning that soon. I actually don't have a longsword together. I need to hunt Gogmazios a bunch to get the parts to do the RNG stuff for that. But it's just been fun putting it together. I'm also like experimenting. I always did a status effect. I did a paralysis charge blade, and I'm trying to put together an element one right now because the damage potential is so much higher if you happen to be strong against the monster element wise. I did bump up against some friction, which is that there's like stuff Monster Hunter just doesn't tell you still. Like even me, 1,000 hours into this franchise,
That's crazy.
I was like, oh, you can raise the affinity on your weapon to be basically 100%. I don't know if it can be quite 100, but it can get pretty close, and that is your crit chance. And I was like, oh, you have a move called Super Amped Element Discharge with the Charge Blade that is like your super high damage move. And I was like, oh, I'll like super buff my element damage, and I'll super buff my crit chance so that it always crits when I use this super heavy attack. The Super Amped Element Discharge cannot crit, and I did not know that until I already spent all the resources to make this weapon and this build. It is a fixed amount of damage. It cannot crit, which I did not know. And there's, as far as I know, no way to know that without looking it up. And I just wasn't doing any damage. And I was like, why am I not doing any damage? And I looked it up. Cannot crit. That's a little frustrating. That's just, I mean, is it a few hours down the drain? I enjoyed the grind. Like all of these things that I'm doing are just reasons to play the game more. I could just shut it off and wait for the updates. But speaking of updates, we got a trailer for the anniversary update coming February 18th. We are getting Arch-Tempered Arkveld. We are getting another tier of difficulty. We are getting 10-star
That's awesome.
monsters. 9 stars.
And they also announced that like the big expansion was in development.
They said it was in development, which like we kind of knew. But
this is like officially them.
And they said we will hear more about it this summer, which in my mind is Summer Games Fest.
Ah, yeah.
So that's when we'll actually hear about it. It is looking like that's probably not coming this year. And if it is, it's very late this year, which, whatever. But
they've been supporting it so well, though.
Yeah.
I almost feel like they don't necessarily need to do it this year.
I kind of agree.
If they keep up this cadence of releases.
But that cadence is
updates.
going to drop. Historically, at the 1 year mark, like they've said, there's no more title updates. So we're not getting any more new monsters. We're not getting there's like 2 events coming that we don't know what they are, but those are just going to be they're going to be remixes of current monsters. We have the hard quest is coming, it's called Proof of a Hero, which is the Monster Hunter theme. Such an excellent title, and it is 3 of the Arch-Tempered Apex monsters and Arch-Tempered Arkveld, and you have to fight them all in one quest in the arena, so like a really tiny map. I don't know if it's going to be all at once. Probably not. It's probably going to be like on a timer where the next one comes after so much time, so you have to kill them quickly so that you're not fighting 2 at once. But that is going to be very hard, and I'm really excited for it. Me and some friends have been prepping for that. But yeah, the content probably slows down to a drip feed after the 18th. I don't imagine we're getting much after that. Oh, and they're bringing back all the event quests for a while on the 18th. So some armor that I missed, I can get. That's kind of exciting.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, like all the time limited.
All the time limited stuff is going to be around for like a month, I think. And
cool.
Most of it I think is sticking around permanently, but not all of it. They just kind of do that at the end of life for their games. They just make all the event quests permanent. And that Switch version has to be coming at some point. I wonder if they're just going to release it at the same time as the Master Rank expansion. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that would make sense, but I don't know. Maybe they want to strike while the iron's hot with Switch 2.
Yeah.
Like a lot of a lot of systems being sold.
Yeah, I mean, sooner than later. There's also another huge performance patch coming on the 18th that hopefully makes the game playable on Steam Deck. It is like on the cusp of 30 FPS on Steam Deck. It is 30 FPS everywhere except like the big wide open areas with a lot of vegetation. It drops down to like 25, which is not playable to me.
Yeah.
30 is a locked 30 would be acceptable. I would play that.
Locked 30 handheld is totally fine, I think.
Yeah. I would absolutely play Monster Hunter that way, but a messy 30 is not going to happen. So hopefully they could do that. More people can play the game. I know we had some friends in Discord that were like appalled. I wonder if they've checked it out again since then. At the game's launch, they could not get it to run on their PC. I wonder if they've revisited it. I don't know. The reviews are turning around on Steam. It's really heartwarming to see. The real heartwarming thing was in that trailer. He has not been saying this. Ryuzo, I think is his name. He always signs off by saying happy hunting. And for like the past 6 months, he has not done that because of the state of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And he did it this time. He's like, no, we're so back.
Okay.
We are so back.
Feels proud.
Yeah, he's finally like happy with the state of performance and everything, which I am as well. This game, it's running. I mean, it always ran okay for me, but it runs great now. It is a very pleasant.
Curious what it's like on console now, if that's improved or changed.
From what I've seen, it's been very modest improvements on console.
It's mostly been PC improvements.
Yeah. This last update that made this last update was like a 20% performance increase on PC, and it was PC only.
Huge.
It didn't even come to console. It was fixing like some of the stuff Digital Foundry mentioned, like the texture streaming issues that were only on PC. It was fixing stuff like that. This next update is supposed to be like increased LODs and stuff, which might help on console. But you can already get 60 FPS on console. It's just blurry, you know?
Right, yeah. That's kind of what I was hinting at. You're right.
Yeah.
Like, because even on PS5 Pro, it's quite blurry.
It would be nice if that has improved, but I do not know. I don't have the hardware.
One of these days, I'll check it out and see.
Yeah, let me know. We'll power level you through some high rank.
Yeah, but not this weekend.
No, not this weekend.
This weekend is reserved mostly for. I'm mostly excited for Neo 3. Like that game, dude.
Yeah,
Team Ninja is
I've heard good
freaking
things.
cooking with Neo. They really, really are.
I wonder if the demo is still up. I might check out the demo because there was a demo everybody was loving. I hate games that do that where they put a free demo out.
Oh yeah,
but then the game comes out.
I think it is still up actually.
A lot of games take it back after the game comes out. They remove the demo and it's like, come on, man, work with me here.
Right, because like your progress on the demo carries over to the main game.
Yeah.
So I think it's still up.
Yeah.
But okay, are there anything else you want to talk about, Connor?
No.
Before we wrap up,
just hunting monsters.
All right. I will end my streak of not playing video games for next episode, so you'll hear from me next episode for sure. But until then, thank you all for listening. You can follow us at Podcast Game Talk at Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can click the link in the description of the episode to join our Discord and talk to us there. And please like, rate, and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast services you use. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah, see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.